Yo, 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 summer day noodle. I I got some things to say. I just binged uh the rest of Soul Eater, and it is wow, was that a fucking downfall? Um, Soul Eater's ending, the anime ending, not fucking good. Let's just get that out of the way. So I'm so mad about this that I have made a list to like talking points of like good things, bad things that have happened, just like generally. And let's just start off with some of the good things, right? That will probably take like, the majority of the video because yeah, this is a good ending, right? So first of all, the fights are pretty cool. Mainly like the animation and like the set pieces, and we actually see Lord Death fighting and losing. So that's pretty baller. He lost to the Kishin, basically for trying to save his son because the Kishin targeted Death the Kid. So that was pretty cool. Also, like a bunch of other fights that were pretty cool and like just grandiose in general, and everything that happened there. Another cool ass thing, I guess spoilers. So yeah, he another shit. There are not that many good things here. Another great thing actually that was there was Soul and Maka. They actually had. I straight up thought they forgot about this plot point. About the black blood and them like taking over like the madness, like they're all getting fucked because they're resonating with him. And to be fair, other people other than Soul, nobody really got affected by this, so that's a minus point. But a big plus point is that they finally got resolved, like everything got resolved in terms of like that plot point, and it was pretty good. It was actually done pretty well. I have no complaints about Soul and Maka. Um, I think the whole thing with Arachne was also done pretty well. Arachne and the Kishins, like, whole thing they got going on. Because it's basically like, the Kishin's whole thing is that he doesn't really. He has no emotions. He has no, like, feelings or any fears whatsoever. That's his whole shtick. And then he's fighting against a bunch of humans and stuff who does have feelings and fear, and that turns out to be a good thing when you're fighting against like an immortal fucking guy, pretty much. So then Arachne became a little too close with this Kishin fella, and the Kishin after he killed Lord Death, quote unquote killed. He's still alive. That's one of the bad things, by the way. Lord Death is still alive. They made the fake out death thing. That fucking sucks. Basically nobody dies. I think Medusa dies, and that's kind of it. And even that is like a question because she has come back from death once before. But this time it's not implied that she comes back, so there's hope that they did something right. And the last thing they did right was, well, I pretty much already described it. It's like the human emotions versus having no emotions whatsoever. Like what actually makes you stronger. But that was only introduced in the anime part of the show, I realized, because it was basically introduced as a fucking postcard that Maka got from her mom, where it's just there's nothing on the postcard other than just a picture of like fucking Arabia or something like that, and then a text in the corner that just says bravery. It's implied that it's from her mother, but we see it getting picked up in I think Marie's apartment or something. So why the fuck was it there if it's actually from Maka's mom? So what I'm seeing, what I'm getting out of this is that this whole bravery versus no fear thing comes from absolutely fucking nothingness. It's all a lie. The point still stands though. They still, like, the whole fear versus, like, having no fear versus conquering your fear. Like, that's a pretty good, like, point. But they just executed it so fucking poorly. It also, they spent so much time just yapping about, like, where the Kishin was yapping about his, like, morals and shit. Even in the fight against Lord Death, which is one of the highlights of this, the ending, it didn't really make sense. And Lord Death even called him out for it. Like, this shit doesn't make sense. But, I mean, it's there anyway. Like, why not just explain it once and then have a bunch of different characters, like, figure out how to battle it? And holy fuck, I hate how they actually win. But I guess we'll get to that. But basically, there are also just so many things that are just implied in the story. Thunder. Things that are just implied instead of stated, which is not at all how Soul Eater usually acts. It usually just, like, confirms things, or at least implies a confirmation, if you know what I mean, instead of just implying that you have to think so much for yourself to, like, make these plot points make sense. I don't know, it's so fucking annoying when you have seen Soul Eater do this before, like, so successfully, but no, they just didn't. And that leads me pretty well into Stein, Frankenstein. He just he's not really a mad scientist thingy anymore. He's just like a guy. But he's evil now. But not really. Like, it's really vague what Stein is actually up to when he's with Medusa, when we find him in the cave with Medusa. And also, you know how I mentioned last time that, oh, we see that, I think I've called him Infinity or something, that's because that was written on his forehead. He's called Free. He's an immortal werewolf, who worked under Medusa at some point. And then we see him again, and then we're drip-fed, sort of, what he does. He's infiltrated arachnophobia, together with that frog girl, and nothing comes of that. They're just there. And the same thing with the other students. There are other students in the academy that are out on a mission to, infiltrate arachnophobia, and they could have had some banger fights or, like, interactions where they, like, maybe team up against arachnophobia or something, but none of that happens. None of that fucking happens. We just don't even see anything happen. That's the worst part. They don't even try to make up for it, and it's fucking annoying. But that's not even part of the Stein thing. Stein is, God, there's so many fucking things wrong. So I think it would help to talk about, oh, goofy ass death. It would help to talk about Krona first, because Krona, like, okay, I've seen people talk about this, and there's a bunch of things that just doesn't make sense character-wise, and this is like it. This is the perfect fucking place to say this. Because basically these four are locked in a room, not really locked in a room, but they're fighting here. Krona, Medusa, Stein, and, oh shit, this fight is not over. I was just standing there waiting. And Marie. And they, God, I'm so fucking disappointed. Like, the thing is, I don't even know how to fucking describe this. This is so fucking goofy because it's, at surface level, it kind of makes sense that, yeah, Medusa tricked, she has tricked Stein into becoming her subordinate. and working for her. But that didn't really lead anywhere, because again, he's not at all himself. He has descended into fucking madness. But then again, not really. It's kind of hard to get a read on, which is saddening, because I would wish that they just, you know, confirmed one way or the other. Which they kind of try to do, but they don't do it successfully. That's not gonna hit me. Yeah, let's go. So he's not really himself, and it was like the whole thing with Stein was his character was such a good opportunity to just have a normal guy, quote-unquote normal guy, actually just switch sides. Because again, that's his whole shtick, is that he... Or maybe just like go deep undercover or something. Like anything. Anything other than what happened, I would have been fine with. And even the way they get him out of this madness thing doesn't make fucking sense. They just scream at him a bunch and then that's it. He's good to go again. God damn it, that's fucking 2 blood hearts gone. That's fucking 3 blood hearts gone, and he's not even in the second phase. I'm doing so well. I'm so fucking mad at everything that happened in this fight. Also, they kind of dance around the topic of like, oh, Medusa has taken over a child's body, so if they harm her, they also harm the child. Like, but there's no real moral dilemma there. They just pull out some ass-pull technique that we've never seen before, and then they kill Medusa and save the girl. With the help of Stein, of course, because they just pull him out of his madness just by screaming at him. Yeah. I don't feel good about that. And then he's fucking... I don't even remember what the fuck happened. Okay, to be fair, I binged a lot of shit today, so I can't remember all the details. But from what I remember, they just beat up Medusa. Sure, you feel some stakes there, but the tension is all fucking gone when Stein comes back. Like, Medusa could have at least, like, when Stein began to come back to himself, like, just straight up kill him. Like, why not? The time was there for it, but no. You kill Krona instead, which is, I mean, it is a good moment. Krona's character is not done with anything, though. Nothing about his character is resolved in any means. And like, sure, it's a good twist, like, wow, you just killed somebody who's not even done with their character development. Like, sure, I like that. But, holy shit, you couldn't have just waited, or at least kept him dead. Because, spoilers, Krona is alive and well, and better than ever. And I fucking hate it. Fucking hell. Like, they even had a good fucking moment. Medusa and Marie. No, fuck. Krona and Marie. Where Krona, you know, he's the one who actually fucking, you know, basically poisoned Marie and made it so Stein descended into madness. And it's really cool to see how Marie is, like, even though she's a fucking teacher, she's not ready to, like, accept an apology. Because that is her fucking, like... Nothing is really stated, nothing is factual, but that is basically her fucking husband that is descended into madness and is no longer himself and is basically dead at this point. Because of Krona. And they don't get to resolve that. Like, it's probably resolved off screen because they waddle back together. They get, no, even after the fight, they just go back to Death City. because they need to quote unquote report to Lord Death about like what happened, like Medusa, like what is her whole thing. But it has been stated multiple times that all you need to do to contact Lord Death is type in some numbers on a mirror, and then you get, you enter a Zoom call with Lord Death. And you would assume, knowing this, that they would have some sort of mirror, or at least they could find some sort of mirror. But no, they had to wander all the way back to fucking Death City, which is quite a while away. Also, the timelines don't really match up in terms of like traveling speed or like something like that. And even though like it doesn't fucking make sense to send the children out further on the battlefield, and then the two teachers, the two most fucking powerful teachers probably, they're just gonna chill in Death City while basically watching all the children, all the students getting slaughtered. Like, it doesn't make fucking sense. They should have all just joined and then got smacked by the Kishin, and then that would have been, like, made the Kishin more of a threat. That's also another thing. The Kishin doesn't feel like a threat anymore, really. Like, he had such a fucking swagger and an aura to him when we first met him, and he had that first skirmish with Lord Death. Even in Death City. But that just doesn't... He doesn't fucking have that anymore. Because now, first of all, he can talk like a normal fucking human being. The whole shtick about him and his aura and his inhumaneness was that he communicated in fucking screeches and like half sentences, I guess. But no more. He just talks and yaps. And his power level is so inconsistent. Like, sure, he has some different forms, and he at one point he consumes Arachne's soul, because Arachne is he's getting a little too attached to Arachne, so he realizes he needs to get rid of her. So he does, and that's that's one of the cooler moments. But then that is the catalyst for just like power inconsistency. Like, he gets so much more powerful, but the guys are still like able to touch him, like even though they're fucking children, and then they're suddenly not able to touch him anymore. Oh, my controller is goofing. Then they're suddenly not able to touch him anymore. Like when they are also, holy fuck, in the final fight against our three guys versus the Kishin, they just kind of appear out of nowhere, like right in the nick of time before the seal is like destroyed. And we don't really like. Usually the timing is like perfect in like and thought out in Soul Eater. That's one of the things I like most about the series. But no. It's pretty fucking goofy the way they do it, because they just show our three main characters rush on by and into this barrier when there are, I think, 3 death sites, like from the same distance. Can I? Okay. I know I said I would switch controller, but now that I switch controller, this controller cannot fucking. I need to shift back to the one with stick drift on. All right, time to be a menace. Oh, it's so much better holding this with no duct tape on it. Shit. Where the fuck was I coming from? Basically, none of the power scaling makes sense anymore, because at some point, like in the start of the fight, no one can touch him. Like, he's made of fucking metal. And then suddenly, in his supposedly stronger form, he is getting fucked up by, like, one thing is getting fucked up by Black Star, another thing is getting fucked up by base fucking Maka. Just like punched in the face. That's their fucking final attack. is Maka punching him in the face. What the fuck? What the fuck is this about? This is so retarded. But apparently that's a thing. That's something. It fucking irritates me. Another thing that fucking irritates me is Excalibur. Our boy Excalibur. He just kind of appears out of nowhere. Like, I was really excited at first when he appeared because, like, wow, fucking Excalibur is here. Maybe he's gonna be like, somebody is finally gonna like actually use him, and like, you know, he's this fucking most powerful weapon in the world. Maybe this is how they beat the Kishin. Like, they adapt to a new weapon being Excalibur, and then they just beat the shit out of him. Like, it would make sense somehow in the story. I'm not about to die to fucking Galleon again, thank you. But no, he's just there to give exposition that our boy Abon could have easily given us. Like, he's explaining Abon to us while Abon is right there. There's no reason for Excalibur to be here. He did nothing throughout the entire thing other than just be exposition and be like a reminder that, hey, this funny guy exists and he is now technically canon, I guess. Like, it is so fucking goofy. It's I don't even know how to fucking. I wish I could fucking love canon Excalibur, but he just lost his whole shtick. Like, his whole shtick is being annoying as fuck. But no, he's just an exposition tool at this point. And he only had, throughout these like 10 episodes he were in, and he were in all of them pretty much, he only got one singular moment where he was his normal self. And even then he wasn't that annoying. He's like, God, that wasn't even revealed. He like asked for some fucking tea or something while sitting on his little throne, because then he would be able to give them some information on how the Kishin's power worked. Again, he would just have given more exposition, but he ends up not even doing that. He doesn't give the exposition that he, like, either that implies that he is a lying piece of shit, which I would just accept that, or they just straight up didn't give him his tea because they, I don't know, weren't that interested in the fight, I guess. Also another thing, when the spectators, aka all the Death Scythe and the teachers and stuff, and Excalibur were looking onto the fight, they say like, oh, nothing has happened yet. Like, you can see that because the barrier is not weakening or anything. But literally, one of the first things we see in the fight is the barrier weakening and getting like holes in them and becoming thinner. And you would think, oh, now that it's thinner, we're gonna have a bunch of Death Scythes join the battle, and then they're gonna like be weeded out one by one, and then there are only gonna be the students left. But no. They're just standing there. That was not a plot point, apparently. That was not important enough. Even though it was literally stated in the last fucking episode that, oh, you know, we can't enter because the barrier's too strong and it's not being tampered with because he's not getting hurt, and, you know, some shit like that. I am so glad that this whole, like, Maka and Soul thing and the Black Blood was done in the last couple of episodes, because otherwise, the last episodes would have been fucking unwatchable. God, it was so fucking annoying, like, everything. Literally everything that fucking happened. It was a fuck fest. I would say, for the lack of a better term, but that's a good term to describe it. God fucking damn it. Yeah, there's so many things wrong. Also, just like the whole fight, and like how, again, a bunch of shit was just pulled out of the author's ass. And the author, of course, being, you know, some random guy from the studio. I think, because it's, you know, it's not canon. They ran out of material to make of. Like, they just... Yeah, and also, there are just so shut up. There are so many things introduced for just, like, plot convenience sake. Because, again, they need ways to fight the Kishin, I guess. Even though they've already pulled so much out of their ass, why couldn't they just pull another thing out of their ass to beat the Kishin? I guess that's exactly what they did. Because a main way they beat him down, and like withered him down apparently, was when they all lost and, like, you know, just laying on the ground, fucking half dead everybody. They it's revealed that you know, Maka gets up and she just begins fucking wailing around because she is a weapon. Yes, you heard that right. Maka is a weapon because she has weapon blood in her, which is, I mean, it's true. It's true everything they said, but it's not established before the second last episode, maybe even the last episode, I can't remember. It's pretty fucking terrible. I can't even make this shit up. Like, it's horrendous. Okay, where are we gonna heal here? I'm getting pretty consistently, like, either far or past Collector at this point, so I am bathing in W's right now. I don't need healing, I can just... Yeah, let's go. Okay. That is, what, the third time in a row I've gotten past Collector? Not in a row, I died to Galleon last time. That is pretty... Yeah, that's pretty awful. Okay, I need to cool off my ranting here in order to actually get 2 Watcher Knights again. I asked my rival for hints because I literally last time I forgot that Watcher Knights even existed. So I need some tips and tricks on how to fight them, and apparently the strat is just to, like, fucking down spam, what's it called, like, dive? Yeah, it's called dive. You just dive a bunch. When you don't know what they're gonna do, when you don't know what the Watcher Knights are gonna do, you just dive! And then you do consistent damage, preferably close to them. I'm reciting all of this now because I'm gonna forget it when I stand there in the actual fight itself. God damn it, did you fucking have to do that? Yeah, I think I can do Grim on autopilot, so I'll just stand here and wait till I can yap again. What the fuck was that? Okay, this is getting a bit too dangerous. But we're doing it. We're doing something. I'm just gonna play it safe. Just hugging the wall. Hugging. Can you... Please. Please, I'm begging you. Thank you. Okay, okay, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna... Of course you're gonna do the exact same thing. That's like... Holy shit. Okay, can you do something else? Okay, this is a gamble, but I'm taking it. Yeah, I lost. Please. Please, this is going so slowly. I can't even make this up. Okay, now roll. And that is a heal if I don't die immediately. And now I can afford to gamble a bit. Holy shit. That was one of the worst God Tamer fights I've ever had. Damn. So yeah, everything introduced is just a plot convenience or like some sort of, you know. Also, I'm really disappointed on how little we got of Avon when it was finally like revealed. Also, it's just kind of implied that Avon, like it, essentially Avon's weapon, um, which was, you know, the second to last arc was just getting all of Avon's weapons. His ultimate weapon was this like key thing that he sent Kid to go for. That was also pretty like that was a very Soul Eater fight that that Kid had. So that was I give that a passing grade. But like everything surrounding it was pretty ass. Like this was the secret mission that Kid was sent out to do, that even we the audience couldn't like have been told. That's pretty fucking ass. Again, before this, Kid just disappeared for like a bunch of fucking episodes, and we got no explanation as to why. But he was out collecting Avon's final weapon, or final like thingamajig. Damn. And that, you know, that basically led to something. It's not confirmed whether like what it was actually used for. Basically, the weapon is just it becomes whatever the wielder wishes. It's not even confirmed who the wielder ended up being. I guess it's implied that the wielder is Lord Death, and what he used it for was making Death City move. But it's not confirmed, because again, you know, the whole shtick is Lord Death is kind of tied to his city, Death City, because of the Kishin that he had locked there. But now that I think about it, the Kishin has been gone for like a good while, so he was just lazy. He just kind of liked his life in Death City. He didn't want anything. So like, what the? There are so many like plot inconveniences here, or plot convenience, I guess. And it's just weird. Everything that happened, it just doesn't feel right, you know. It's pretty ass. So it's implied that that's what it was used for. And then apparently Arachnophobia's headquarters could also move, and it is like a mech versus mech battle. Which, I mean, I guess is pretty cool. But like that kind of didn't really go anywhere. They're just, also the way they get the, like, it's pretty cool that the Kishin versus Lord Death battle happened in Lord Death's, like, you know, fucking home, basically. Like, that's pretty cool. But the way they got the Kishin in there was literally just in the snake, in the, what's it called, the spider in Arachnophobia's home, headquarters. They just kind of took it up and ate him. Yes, you heard that right. They ate him, which I guess, I mean, Soul Eater, you know, that's that whole thing. But that's not enough of a reason for me to, like, that's not a good reason for him to fucking just take the Kishin and eat him straight up. Like, it's a Kishin we're talking about. It's not some, like, weak ass opponent. So yeah, that's pretty awful. Like, there are so many, like, small instances like that are just goofy and don't make sense. Okay, allow me to just shut up for a moment and concentrate on this, because I need to figure out, I don't think there is a good place to heal in this entire fight. So I'm just gonna have to, like, I'm just gonna have to fucking do this, and hope it works. Okay. Okay, I need to get out of the way here, and that is a place to heal. Okay. Wait, is this the last one? This might be the last one. Ooh. If it is the last one, I need to shut the fuck up and actually do something productive here. Yeah, it's literally the last one, and he's gonna stand there for a while, and then he's gonna... Okay, so I think I can heal up to the last one here, so... Again, I don't know what's next. I don't know what's after this guy. I don't know, but I guess this is a new record as well. 2 records in one day, technically. That's pretty crazy. Oh, fucking Umu. I can't even, bro. I cannot describe my hatred for Umu enough. Okay, so... What is his shtick again? His shtick is that I need to explode him with his children. Okay, so that went fairly well, I'm gonna say. Please scream again so that there are... Okay. He did the thing. Okay, okay. Umu first try. Not in the best condition, but we are here. And we are gaming. Who is this? Oh, Flying Nosk. Oh, Flying Nosk. It has been a while. I think I've only fought against this guy like once. In the Pantheon, and maybe that wasn't even Flying Nosk. Maybe that was just like normal Nosk, I'm pretty sure actually. So I'm shit, I'm gonna try to play this conservatively. I'm gonna try. I don't know where to stand when I heal. I guess just far away from him. Does that work? Okay, well, that clearly didn't fucking work. Okay, so Watcher Knights, not the worst actually. I overreacted last time. Nosk, probably not the worst also. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Well, shit, TLDR, the anime ending was ass. The Reddit people were right. I need to read the manga for this, because apparently it's peak. So I'm gonna have an update on that later. So, for now, over and out. See you tomorrow.